Hello, I'm Willow Ryan. This is Breaking Muscle. This week we're working on our hip opening series, stage 2. Last week we started with breath ceremony as well as shoelace pose. This week we're going to work with knee pile and some pigeon variations. Knee pile. Start with your left knee on top of right knee. The knees stack directly on top of one another, feet back towards the hip bones. Start with the hands back by the hips, fingertips down, and move the shoulders and shoulder blades back. Inhale, lengthen up through the chest, and press this left femur, using the lateral rotators of the hip bone, press it down, and then send the top thigh forward. This helps increase the space in the hip and the pelvis as well, and stretches more through the piriformis muscle and the glutes. Walk the hands forward in front of the knees until you feel a stretch take place in the upper hip bone area. So it's below the lower back, the area between both the left and the right hip. Walking the hands forward. Bend the elbows down, tweeze the elbows towards one another, and relax through the head and neck. Pull and lengthen the chest forward over the thigh bones. Hold this position for 5 breaths. When you're ready to come out of the pose after those 5 breaths, walk the hands back towards the knees and shins. And then change sides. Hold the other side for 5 breaths as well. Modifications for this pose. You can extend the bottom leg forward, keeping the top knee directly on top, and you just walk the hands on either side of the shin bone. In this pose, you'll actually increase the stretch through the calf, the back of the knee, and the hamstring muscles. Press forward with the active foot, spreading the toes, and you extend the bottom leg forward as well, simultaneously getting space between the right hip and the left hip. Modifications for pigeon pose would include bringing a block, bolster, rolled up mat, or a pillow and placing it underneath the hip, anywhere that there is space between you and the floor. Start from downward facing dog. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, and toes lifting up. So feet are active here as well. Inhale, breathe in through the upper back, spreading the ribs and moving shoulder blades wide. Then if you want to increase the strengthening in the upper arms and chest, you can bring in turbo dog, line of support. Elbows bend down, strong wrap of the shoulders, and you tweeze the elbows towards each other. Pigeon pose. Re-extend the arms if you were in turbo dog, then bring the left knee forward between the thumbs. This is an easier pigeon variation. Curl the back toes under, lift the thigh and move the leg back, increasing the stretch through the groin and the hips. Then re-extend the back leg, toes press down and spread. On your inhale breath, lengthen through the torso, walk the hands forward until you rest the forearms on the floor. So here we have dolphin forearms. Head and neck relaxes. Breathe very deep so you increase the stretch from the inside as you inhale. At the lower groin, the pelvis, as well as the inside of the hip bones. You're increasing the stretch in the pelvic floor here, and continuing to extend through this back leg. A strong reach opens up space between the 2 sit bones. Do 5 breaths this side, and then 5 breaths the other side. You can transition moving through the downward facing dog position, or simply lean over, bring the opposite foot back, and come into the other side. Lean over on your left hip. Then bend the right knee this top knee. Bring the foot, so the knee is in a right angle here, and the foot is very active. As you're leaning over onto this left hip, extend through the shin. So the shin is lining up with the top of the mat. It becomes parallel, and you're continuing to press forward at the side of the mat with this active foot. Grab a hold of the foot. Twisting pigeon towards the foot. As you exhale, bend the elbows down and lengthen the torso towards both hands. Head and chest, relax down. Hold here 5 breaths, and when you're ready to come out after those 5 breaths, release the foot, hands on the floor, press the chest up. Any amount of strain that we can decrease in the body is going to be advantageous to how you feel at the end of class and at the end of sessions. The more your body releases and let goes of the strain, the easier your body will have in its mechanics on walking with more grace and with more ease through life. I'm Willow Ryan for Breaking Muscle. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.